Hello, my name's Jody Kawaga, and I'm going to be your instructor for Chem 1B this semester. So I'd like to start out by giving you a quick tour of our Canvas site. So this is on the home page. Here you've got my name, my email address. Oh, I accidentally capitalized the K. I have to fix that. My cell phone number. You can text me. And then there's some useful buttons down here. So the first one I think you should click on is the Start Here button. Well, let's try that out and see what happens. Hang on a minute. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. So this takes us to the course information module. And the first page here, Start Here, Welcome, is nice and dark. The rest of these are grayed out, meaning I can't access them yet. So we'll go to Start Here, Welcome. There's a full version, which I'll let you read on your own, and there's the condensed version. Condensed version, read this page, click the Mark as Done button up here. Click the Next button near the bottom, right over here. And then we're going to repeat. So that's the pattern for the whole course. Mark as done, and go on to the next page. Of course, you have to do some reading and learning in between. So this page is the week 1 discussion. So we're going to have a discussion every week. Nothing too heavy, but just something to give us a chance to interact with each other. So first post is due on a Tuesday, response to peers on Thursday. So there are 4 prompts here. You should reply to all of them, and then wait a day or so and respond to at least 2 classmates. Please choose posts that don't already have a response. Once everybody has a reply, then you could go ahead and reply to anybody. Here are the prompts for your responses, and then instructions on how to view the grading rubric. So I'm going to click Next. Name coach assignment. Some stuff about how to be a good online student. Learning about Canvas. Just going to go through these. This is a very useful page, Canvas Help for Students. I've linked a couple of videos here that I think will help you. This first one is how to submit assignments. We're not actually in a classroom, so we can't turn in pieces of paper. So this is going to tell you how to take the pieces of paper that you've been writing on at home and get them to me in Canvas. Here's some information about discussions, if you're not familiar with those, and then feedback. Especially on lab reports, I will be giving you feedback, telling you what things were good and bad and ugly and wonderful and all those different things. And I find that a lot of students don't ever see my feedback, which is pretty sad. So I want to make sure you know how to access that. So here it is, how to view instructor feedback begins at 1 minute 30 seconds. So if you fast forward to 1 minute 30 seconds, it's going to show you how to find the instructor feedback. And then down here, there's written instructions if you don't want to watch the video. Cyber Cafe, this is a discussion board in Canvas where you guys can talk to each other, help each other out, ask questions, and I can come in and help and answer questions as well. Then we get into instructions for homework. So there's Mastering Chemistry, which is the online homework, and I highly recommend purchasing that and using it. I think it can be very beneficial. But I understand that some people don't like using online programs like that, or, it's just not worth the $70 to you. And I do want to help you save money. So if you don't want to purchase Mastering Chemistry, you can do it the old-fashioned way and do your homework on paper. Please follow the instructions here. Here's examples of good, bad, and not so great homework submissions. Let's just go back to the modules and see what's going on now that we've been going through this a little bit. We can see now there's a bunch of green checks. The green checks are the ones that we're done with, and here, the open circle, this is the one we have left. We'll notice here that our first chapter, chapter 15, kinetics, is grayed out, and if we try to access this, we can't. It's not going to let us, because we have to complete the course information module first, complete all the items. So I need to go up here and take care of this, looking at this classroom handouts. These are digital copies of the green and yellow cards that we have in the chemistry labs that have all this lovely information that students like so much. So there it is for you. Now I can get into chapter 15. I'm going to just jump back to the home page for a minute. So we covered the start here. Not all of these have information yet. Meet the teacher, nothing there yet. Well, let's just go in order. Syllabus. So this will take you to, this is a link to the simple syllabus. Depending on how your computer is set up, you might get this message, something about third-party cookies. Or I can click here and open the syllabus in a new window, which might be simpler. Great thing about the simple syllabus is it has an index here, and so we can just jump to whatever we're interested in. Maybe we're interested in the attendance policy. So we can click on that, it'll take us right to the attendance policy. Or maybe we want to know what are the things I really need to buy, required texts and materials. There you go. So please read the syllabus. And when you have questions about the course, look in the syllabus first and then come and ask me. So let's go back here to our buttons. Contact me. There's different ways to contact me. Kind of self-explanatory. I do want to hear from you. The thing I really don't like about this online business is I don't get to see you. I'm sitting here in a room talking to my iPad right now. No fun. So please contact me. You can text me. That's the fastest way. Send me a message in Canvas. Another great way. You can email me. Here's my address. I get a lot of email at that address. And sometimes I overlook student emails, and I also don't check that as often. I check maybe 3 times a day. So if you want to get a hold of me, texting or Canvas message is the best. Sometimes we really just have to talk to each other. Typing stuff is just not going to cut it. So if you need to talk to me, send me a text message or a Canvas message and say, hey, I need to talk. And we'll set something up. It might be, I'll call you in 5 minutes. It might be, I'm off doing something at the store. I'll call you when I get home, etc. But we can set something up. Okay, back to the home. Weekly work, this button down here. That's going to be an important one. So that's going to get you somewhere different every week. That's going to take you to where you should be in the course. So when I click on that now in week 1, it's going to take me to chapter 15. That's the first chapter. Because I already went through the course information, I can now access the first part of chapter 15. So I've already looked at this preview page. This is going to give us the learning objectives. Here are the materials, PowerPoint slides or PowerPoint handouts. That's where you can find those for this chapter. And then there's assignments. And so if I click on this, it's going to take me to the assignment. Now this one is going to say, this is part of this module and hasn't been unlocked yet. And so it says you have to do these things first. So I'm being kind of mean or controlling and making you go through in order just for the first chapter. So then I get that one. That's where we were. Come on, open up. And click next. And that's going to take us to the first section of our first chapter. So this is really the content of the course. And for the first chapter, there's a lot of instruction here. I'm trying to teach you how to study and how to learn. So read the section. Watch the lecture video. So this is a link to lecture video. Most of these were recorded in the spring of 2020. Some of them are older. Not a polished presentation, but this is what you'll get if you're in my actual face-to-face classroom. So here, watching this video, you can pretend that you're sitting in my class and you're not looking at me. Thankfully I'm not in these videos. But you're looking at the screen and you hear me talking and you see me writing on the screen. So that's my lecture. After the lecture, you should go back and read the section again. And then we should always practice. Well, in this first section, there's no homework problems. So we're pretty much done. So I'm going to go up here and mark as done and click next. On to section 15.2. Now this one does have homework. So if you're doing paper homework, I've given you the problems for 3 of the editions of the book, the three most recent versions. So like the 3rd edition, you can find those on Amazon for under $20. Or you can buy the new one at the bookstore with Mastering Chemistry, and it's like $330. But these are the questions in the book that go along with this section that you were just watching the video on and reading. If you're doing Mastering Chemistry, you're going to do these same problems. They're just going to be online. Ask about it. Here's my cell phone number again. You're going to have lots of questions. Please ask me. I love interacting with students. So again, to be able to go on, so if I just click next, it's going to fuss at me and say, you didn't finish what you're supposed to do. Okay, so I need to go back to this and click mark as done. And now I can click next and go on. So here's section 15.3. Now if I go out to the modules, or actually let's do this. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I had to go off and do something. I'm coming back. I hit my weekly work. So it's taking me back to this module, but now I can see where I've been. I finished those first 3, and so this is the one I'm on. So I can keep track of where I've been, and I don't know about you, but it's really satisfying to get those green checks. Funny story about my kids and star stickers, but I'll save that for another time. Looking ahead, we can see we're going through all the different sections of that first chapter. Then we have homework assignments. There's a review page and a practice quiz page. And then after I finish writing the quiz, there will be a link to the quiz there. So let's go back. Study guides. So we're going to have chapter quizzes instead of big exams. And to help you study for those quizzes, I've created practice quizzes for you. So I would recommend using those. I'll get to the help session one in a minute. Once I start making announcements, there will be announcements up here. The two most recent announcements will always show so that there's no excuse for missing those. Over here, we see a to-do list of upcoming assignments. We can also look at the course stream, the course calendar, or view course notifications. I'm going to do the course calendar. I find this to be really useful because I'm a visual person. I like to see it all laid out for me. So here we have week 1 discussion. You should do your first post by Tuesday night and your replies by Thursday night. There's a worksheet for this first week. It's worksheet 0. That's going to be due Sunday night. On the second week, we have another discussion. These chapters are a little longer than the chapters in 1A, and so this first chapter we're going to spend 3 weeks on. So the homework for that is going to show as being due on January 29th. I do not recommend waiting until 11 o'clock on the 29th to work on that and giving yourself 59 minutes. Not going to work out. You should, as you're going through the videos, you should do the problems, and when you get over here, you'll be pretty much done. Okay, let's go back here. And if I leave the student view, then I can click on help session. So, come on, you can do it. Can it? Can it do it? There we go. I don't know what it's up to over there. So you click help session. This will take you to the Confer Zoom page. I'm going to be holding office hours, but I'm going to call them help sessions. An office hour is when your instructor is in their office and you can come by and ask them questions. So this will be on Zoom instead. So we'll see all the scheduled meetings and we can go forward. And we can look at a calendar view, etc. Oh, I know what the problem was. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't know what the problem is. Anyway, this is the help session for Monday night, 5 to 6:30 p.m. I chose that because that was the original time of the class before it got sent to the internet. I will be contacting you and asking for input on what would be good times for you. I want to make sure that there's at least one help session a week that works for your schedule. So that's all I can think of right now.